If you or a loved one are struggling with type 2 diabetes, you should visit the link in the description below. This clinically proven, drug-free program lowers blood sugar to a normal level and can completely reverse type 2 diabetes within just a few weeks. Here's today's video.
The question, why is there no definite cure for type 2 diabetes? Answer by John Titter. Type 2 diabetes is a serious, long-term medical condition. It develops mostly in adults but is becoming more common in children as obesity rates rise across all age groups. Several factors contribute to type 2 diabetes. Being overweight or obese is the biggest risk factor. Type 2 diabetes can be life-threatening. But if treated carefully, it can be managed or even reversed. Your pancreas makes a hormone called insulin. When your blood sugar, glucose, levels rise, the pancreas releases insulin. This causes sugar to move from your blood to your cells, where it can be used as an energy source. As glucose levels in your blood go back down, your pancreas stops releasing insulin. Type 2 diabetes impacts how you metabolize sugar. Either your pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin or your body has become resistant to its effects. This causes glucose to build up in the blood. This is called hyperglycemia. There are several symptoms of untreated type 2 diabetes, including excessive thirst and urination, fatigue, increased hunger, weight loss, in spite of eating more, infections that heal slowly, blurry vision, dark patches on the skin. Can you reverse type 2 diabetes? Treatment for type 2 diabetes includes monitoring your blood sugar levels and using medications or insulin when needed. Doctors also recommend losing weight through diet and exercise. Some diabetes medications have weight loss as a side effect, which can also help reverse diabetes. If you start eating healthier, get more exercise, and lose weight, you can reduce your symptoms. Research shows that these lifestyle changes, especially physical activity, can even reverse the course of the condition. Studies that show the reversal of type 2 diabetes include participants who have lived with the condition for only a few years. Weight loss is the primary factor in those who have experienced a reversal of type 2 diabetes. Excess fat in the body affects the production of insulin and how it's used. Research has shown that bariatric surgery can reverse type 2 diabetes, and is one of the few ways to reverse diabetes for an extended period of time. However, there are less drastic ways that you can lose weight and reduce your symptoms. A commitment to exercise and dietary changes may be all you need. Here are some useful articles about whether diabetes can be reversed. Reversing type 2 diabetes. Diabetes cure. Diet and exercise work for some. Can you reverse type 2 diabetes? Can diet alone reverse type 2 diabetes? Answer by William Shang. 2 reasons. Diabetes isn't 1, 2, 3 or even 4 diseases. In truth, we don't know how many variants or underlying causes there are. Type I by simply resulting from an autoimmune destruction of the pancreatic beta cells has led to the oversimplified notion that diabetes is the absolute or relative lack of insulin. There is type 1.5, or LADA, which is similar to type I but occurs in adults. Type 2 is not one disease. Even though it's easy to believe that obese people get diabetic because they have more TSU than insulin, the truth is they have tipped into a metabolic state where nearly all their cells have become addicted to ever higher levels of insulin. Although in the end, we end up giving most of these patients injections of insulin, we are not controlling their disease. Clear evidence of this is normalizing or attempting to normalize their glucose levels fails to normalize their risk of heart or stroke disease. Finally, there is a large subset, especially in Asian countries, of non-obese type 2 diabetics. Reason 2. Diabetes is a disease of metabolism. The metabolism is the symphony of thousands or tens of thousands of biochemical reactions. Type 2 diabetes is not the result of 1, or 2 or 3 of these reactions going awry. As a result, 1 or even a few drugs won't cure the underlying problem, because we only understand a tiny fraction of these reactions and even which ones are affected by diabetes. For the majority of type 2 diabetics though, there is a cure. Re-engage the largest, underutilized metabolic organ in the body. Through a lower carbohydrate diet, higher fat and combined aerobic and progressive strength training, it is likely to cure type 2 diabetes, especially if not more than a few years have elapsed from initial diagnosis. Waiting too long results in too many of the beta cells of the pancreas committing suicide. I have written a book, The First Program, available on Amazon, summarizing successful exercise study regimens and their rationale if you would like to learn more. Answer by Pavla Dutkovich. There is actually, not long time ago I was listening to a broadcast, where doctors, Scientists and T2 diabetics were claiming that type 2 diabetes is mostly diet and exercise deficiency, and by finding the balance between the two you can not only prevent it but also reverse it completely. There were people calling confirming that they are free from their meds and blood testing. But they have changed their diet completely and started to exercise and be more active. So there you go. Here are some articles I found out about it. Can you reverse type 2 diabetes? Can diet alone reverse type 2 diabetes? Diabetes cure. Diet and exercise work for some. Reversing type 2 diabetes. Main thing is not to lose hope. Be strong and consistent in your actions. I was sugar junkie myself, and when diagnosed, I stopped eating sugar. For 2 weeks I had terrible migraines as a withdrawal symptoms, and I changed diet, eating healthy and cooking fresh. Doctors could not believe how quickly I got my blood glucose within the range, to the point that I had to decide to lower my insulin doses.